And outside hitter, 6'6" junior from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Number 3, Brett Rosenmeyer. And outside hitter, 6'8" junior from Amsterdam, Netherlands. Number 4, Stein van Tilburg. And middle blocker, 6'6" junior from Lindenhurst, Illinois. Number 11, Dalton Solberg. At libero, 6'2" senior from Honolulu. Number 14, Larry Tuileta. At middle blocker, 6'10" sophomore from Clovis, California. Number 15, Patrick Gassman. And opposite, 6'9" sophomore from Sofia, Bulgaria. Number 19, Rado Parapodov. And at center, 6' junior from Moraga, California. Floor captain, number 1, Joe Worsley. The Hawaii staff graduate assistant, Gabby Montaltia. Volunteer assistant, Chad Giesman. Assistant coach, Josh Walker. Associate coach, Milan Zarkovic. Head coach for your Rainbow Warriors, Charlie Wade.
And with that, we welcome you inside the stand, Sheriff Center. Let's take a look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match. C-Mac.
Well, for the USC Trojans, they've got to defuse the UH Rockets. Rado, Stein, Montaltia, Rosenmeyer, Rattray, they all deliver 60-mile-an-hour heaters from behind the service line and attacking. They're going to have to defuse those attacks. And for Hawaii, why not stop Wyatt? That's Jack Wyatt, the 6'5" junior, who's been out 2 years, but in his first 3 matches back, he's been elected co-captain. He's got 20 kills against Princeton and 14 and 15 the last 2 nights. What a comeback by Jack.
It's a remarkable story. It will be the Trojans serving first. And we're playing volleyball here. First telecast of Rainbow Warrior Volleyball here in the new year, 2018. Hope you all enjoyed your New Year holiday. Free ball coming here for Hawaii. Tuileta with the first touch. Outside it goes to Brett Rosenmeyer. Pinballs around on the SC side. And once again returned. Joe Worsley this time goes middle to Dalton Solberg. And he sends it long. The Hawaiian Tel FCU starting lineups will be scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
What a dig by Matt Douglas to keep that rally alive. He just took a shot from the outside on Brett Rosenmeyer and kept that rally alive.
So 1 serving 0, it tickles the tape, and it's an ace, courtesy USC setter Gert Leisha, 6'6" senior from Naperville, Illinois. A one-time transfer from the Lewis volleyball program, and it's 2 serving 0. And it's another ace, back-to-back aces dealt out of the deck by Gert Leisha. Rough start here for the Rainbow Warriors.
Well, Leisha's got some volleyball background. His mom and dad were professional volleyball players. His dad played on the national team for Albania, so he kind of knows his way around the court.
The long pause before the high toss, and here it comes. An overpass by Tuileta, put down by Jack Wyatt. And Hawaii unable to stop Wyatt on that occasion thanks to the overpass. And right now, Hawaii reeling down 4-0. It has been all Gert Leisha at the service line.
Got to give him a lot of credit the way he's serving the ball right now.
And that time, it fixes itself. It goes into the twine. And Hawaii will have its first point and side here in this match. Now, a lot of familiar faces for the Rainbow Warriors. Some of the departures, though, of course, Jennings Franciscovich, the fantastic setter, Kupono Fay, Hendrik Moll, Ian McKellar, reserve middle. They all graduated after last season. Outside, the set goes to Ryan Moss, and he gets roofed. Rado Parapunov, one of the guys who played in stretches last year and was certainly effective when he was out there, but now he is going to be given the load of playing time.
Well, they're calling the new Yuval. Big lefty, 6'8", on the outside, getting out of the back row.
Diving save there by Joe Worsley, the starting setter. Here's Rado, and he's dug up by Jack Wyatt. Outside, it's Moss off the block, played by Worsley. So Tuileta sets up Rado. Got the touch, got the kill, and part of the reason why there are shades of Yuval Kotz in his game.
Great set from Tuileta. And SC knew the block was, that the set was going there, so they loaded up on him. Rado just, I saw him do this all week in practice. He just goes over people all the time.
Back row set, and it's Gianluca Grasso denied access by Dalton Solbrig, the 6'6" junior from Lindenhurst, Illinois. Now a starter here at this juncture of the season.
Charlie Wade called him maybe the most improved player in fall practice.
How about a 4-0 run to match USC's 4-0 run to start this match? Middle set, Connor Inlow dug up by Worsley. Wow, here's Rado, right-handed touch through the block. Middle set again goes to Inlow, blocked and return. So chance here for Hawaii. Worsley surveys the floor, backside to Rado. And it is 5 straight points for the Rainbow Warriors.
Notice there was no sign of panic when they got behind 4-0. That's a sign of a good team when there's no panic at all. And look at Rado just drilling it down the line. And Worsley's so good at getting his hitters one-on-one situations.
Rado Parapunov already with several kills here in this match. Knuckled over the net by Moss. Worsley goes middle to Solbrig. Touch shot, great diving save, Matt Douglas. Solbrig again getting a fingerprint on it. And then just things falling apart on the Trojan side of the net. So after going up 4-0, Hawaii rips off 6 straight points. And that gets Jeff Nygaard, third-year head coach for the Trojans, up off the bench. A young USC team, just 7 upperclassmen on the roster, including 2 seniors, also featuring 9 freshmen. So young, but Jeff Nygaard says very physical, very talented as Joe Worsley goes into the twine.
Yeah, Jeff Nygaard, the former UCLA All-American, 2-time NC2A MVP, won 2 national championships, kind of knows physical teams when he sees them. He likes this Hawaii team, and he likes his own team for being physical.
Stein von Tilburg, no questioning his physicality from the back row, dropping a bomb.
The back row quick that Stein just hit just then. I saw him hit that all week long in practice, and it was unstoppable. And it arrived so quickly in the back corner of the other side. Very difficult to dig.
And one of the tweaks here in this Hawaii setup, right? With Stein von Tilburg moving to the outside hitter position with Rado Parapunov, the full-time opposite. And a net violation called against Hawaii. So it results in a point for USC. It'll be 6 serving 7. But your thoughts on some of what was in the discussion last year, that Charlie Wade wanted to see this offense evolve to where you had Stein on one pin and Rado on the other. It certainly is devastating if things are clicking. Your thoughts on where it's at?
Well, it's very far along right now. I'll tell you, last year at the same time, Charlie Wade tried, when they went to Long Beach, tried this lineup, and it did not work. And so he said, you know what, we need more time, as we see Gassman or Solbrig bury that one. He said, we just need more time to have this evolve. And so percolated over the summer, percolated during the fall, and now we're seeing it at full strength.
So Solbrig getting the kill there. He now serves. Grosso with the first touch gets the high set on the outside. 3 blockers up, and it is eaten alive. One of the most devastating blocks you will see in college volleyball.
6'8", 6'10", 6'8". It doesn't get much bigger than that. Look at those 3 guys. That is a veritable Manoa Roofing Company roof.
That is a block that will eclipse the sun as Solbrig goes into the net. It is 7 serving 9. Stein von Tilburg saying that his focus in the offseason was in passing and serve receive, some of the things that he will have more of a responsibility in as an outside hitter. Worsley. That high setup for Pat Gassman, unable to put it down. Now Grosso got a piece of the net. Tuileta sets up Stein von Tilburg. Dug up by Rosenmeyer. Here's Rado from the opposite side. Rado does it again.
Rado, even when the ball set 6 feet off the net, he'll find a way to bury it inside the 10 or inside the 15-foot mark on the other side of the court. Goes inside the block and down, got that nozzle of a left arm.
6'9" sophomore from Sofia, Bulgaria. Coming into this match through just 3 sets played in the first 2 nights. 3.67 kills per set, and that is also his 3rd ace of the season.
You know, Rado is really special from behind the service line. And he's got that left-handed whip, little tail at the end of it. Hits it about 65 miles an hour. And it's just really difficult to pass. Not many teams in the country can duplicate this kind of a serve.
Well, that one a little too much action on it. And it slices out of play. So we talked a little bit about what SVT, Stein von Tilburg, had to work on in the offseason. What about Parapunov? What were the areas that the coaches wanted him to focus on?
Blocking. Very simply blocking. They wanted him to become a better pin blocker and get more block solos and just be a better reader of the set. I think we'll see more of that this year. He'll be a better blocker for sure.
Worsley goes outside to Stein, off the block and down. And Hawaii up 12-8. There are so many possibilities for setter Joe Worsley.
Yeah, you could hear it in the pregame show and game on. You can really hear the voices of the players who, when asked to describe how's this offense going to be, they were just giddy.
Backside set goes to Ryan Moss. Good scramble here by Hawaii. Worsley sends a free ball the Trojans' way. Back row set, it's Grosso. He came swooping in at just 6'2". The junior from Sao Paulo, Brazil, is explosive to say the least.
He is on the watch list for the Karch Kiraly Best Outside Hitter in the Country Award. Look at him, Sky gets up there, got a great arm swing. He, again, comes from a volleyball family, but both his parents played for the Brazilian national team.
Hawaii by 3. It's Pat Gassman in the middle. One-hand dig back over the net by Ryan Moss. Gassman a second time sent it long, no touch up front. And it's another point for USC. The Trojans come in 3-0. Of course, this is the final night of the inaugural Texaco Rainbow Warrior Classic. But USC actually had a match prior to coming to Honolulu against Princeton. Jump set goes to Rosenmeyer. Timing not quite there, but Rosie with the soft touch makes it work anyway.
Well, they got lucky there. Only one blocker up. Normally, the outside hitter would be attacking the ball with one blocker up. Instead, Rosie chose to tip it. And the Trojans could not keep it alive.
Pretty good test against Princeton to open the season for SC. That went 4. Then defeated Juniata on the first night of this tournament as Pat Gassman delivers an ace. USC then going 4 with Stevens Institute last night. It was 3-0, 3-0 for Hawaii each of the first 2 nights against those same 2 teams, Juniata and Stevens, in this tournament. So here we are, 2 undefeated teams with this very early litmus test. 14 serving 10 here, Hawaii up. D-set. No blockers up, and Ryan Moss disposes of it. 6'8", 225-pound junior from Corona Del Mar, California.
He had a big night last night. You see Worsley was late getting there. He committed in the middle with Dolbrigg and left nobody to block Moss on the outside. Moss had a big night last night. 21 kills, hit 409 against Juniata.
Averaging 3.4 kills per set this young season. Alicia serves it into the net. So Hawaii up 4, first to 15 in set 1.
This presentation of Rainbow Wahine Volleyball is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii and Kaiser Permanente.
Welcome back, Rainbow Warrior Volleyball. Our first coverage of it here on Spectrum Sports in the new year. A lot of the talk about Hawaii's firepower here in 2018, and it has been evident in this opening set against USC. 294 for Hawaii. The Trojans flatlining it, and also defensively at the net, Chris.
3.5 blocks for Hawaii, who led the country in blocks per set last year. Picking up right where they left off, I guess.
And Joe Worsley, now the starting center with the serve, forces the overpass. Give him an assist to Dalton Solberg. And this is the largest lead of this opening frame for Hawaii. 16 serving 11. And a nice swing that time by Jack Wyatt puts it down for the SC point. Series record is brought to you by Aston Hotels and Resorts. Hawaii leading the all-time series 43-37. The last meeting coming on March 2nd of last year. Hawaii winning by way of a sweep. USC going 14-14 in 2017, which was actually a step in the right direction. Doubled their win total from the previous year. As Brett Rosenmeyer hits from the opposite position and goes down the line.
Once again, Worsley giving his hitters a one-on-one situation. It's only one blocker up, and Rosie takes advantage. You know, Joe may be smaller than Franciscovich, but he really moves that ball all around the court, runs a pretty good offense.
Serve there by Rosenmeyer. Grosso had to readjust the feet and then got stuck. Solberg right next to Patapuna.
I think Grosso was expecting a much lower set, so he got underneath the ball very early.
We got a timeout on the SC side of the net. Need tickets to an upcoming UH contest? Visit HawaiiAthletics.com, call 944-BOWS, or visit the Stan Sheriff Center box office. 3 easy ways to get your seats for exciting UH sports action. Hawaii up 18-12 here. First set championship match of the inaugural Texaco Rainbow Warrior Classic. And Brett Rosenmeyer serving to the USC side of the net. Back row set, that was nicely executed. Jack Wyatt, averaging almost 4.5 kills per set, just smashes that one down.
What a story for Wyatt. Sitting out the last couple of years to take care of some priorities in his life, and comes out and has just been hot ever since he took the court.
Said he had a sit down with Jeff Nygaard in the offseason. One-handed set connection to Dalton Solberg. That was nicely done as well. But getting back to Jack Wyatt, said he had a sit down with Jeff Nygaard and said, hey, look, Coach, you know, I had to take a few years to get things sorted out. I have them sorted out. I know what I want to do, and I want to play volleyball again. And so impressed was Jeff Nygaard by the conviction of Jack Wyatt that he was let back onto the team, and then his teammates voted him a co-captain.
How about that? It's pretty amazing, huh?
Outside, here's Grosso, elevated above the net.
Gianluca, his brother, Marco, played on the Ohio State 2016 NCAA championship team, so he's got even more volleyball blood in his family.
Of course, Ohio State going back-to-back. They were the team that knocked Hawaii out in the NCAA semifinals last year. Von Tilburg, solo roof, courtesy Gert Elisha. You don't see that too frequently when there's one blocker up against Stein.
Right, blocked by Elisha, just sort of dives right into that, his left hand, drops right into the angle.
Worsley, backside, here's Rado from off the net. It just has so much action on it coming off of that palm. Even when you're seemingly a defensive player in position, it's still hard to handle.
Yeah, you just never know where he's going to hit. He has what they call a wide, he has a wide fan. He can get down the line, he also can hit right down inside the 3-meter line.
And here's our first look at Gage Worsley, the younger brother of Joe Worsley. Was the top recruited libero out of high school volleyball last year. They're going to give that point to USC. But the Worsley brothers now bringing their talents to Manoa. And Gage, U.S. junior national team member, team that placed 14th at the FIVB Under-21 Worlds in the Czech Republic. Rosenmeyer, Austin Montaltia, and Pat Gassman also part of that squad. There's a laser beam of a serve. Here's Stein going high hands, chased down by Grosso. Set now, D position to Ryan Moss, dug up by Rosie. Worsley goes quick middle to Gassman, and it works.
How about that set from Worsley? Just fires it from the 12-foot line. Defense, I don't think they were ready for this one. Nobody up really. That was a late block. Really wasn't very effective, but credit Worsley for being a risk taker. You know, he'll just fire from all over the place.
Pat Gassman asking for the floor wipers to wipe some perspiration off of the TerraFlex. But getting back to the Worsley brothers, you know, Gage Worsley, who comes in as a very highly touted recruit, chose Hawaii over UCLA, BYU, and USC, interestingly enough. But he's one of the examples of this overabundance of talent that Charlie Wade is dealing with, this incredible depth. He's one of the top liberos in the nation, maybe the highest recruited libero in the nation last year. And he has to take a backseat, at least initially here, because you have the All-American Tui Tuileta in the libero spot for Hawaii currently.
And don't forget, Marty Namahoe. He started on night number 1. That's how good he's been playing.
They're going to call a back row attacker against Grosso, saying foot was on the 3-meter line. So violation there. Hawaii gets the point. It's 22 serving 16. And here's Stein with the serve. Middle set. Kyle Gear sends it long, no touch up front. And another point for Hawaii. And we got another timeout. USC will keep things here. So, CMAC impressed so far by this Rainbow Warrior squad?
Absolutely. But you know, I'll be honest with you. I saw this in practice all week, so this is no surprise coming tonight. Well, one thing I was curious about was Charlie Wade played so many people the first 2 nights of this tournament that I was curious as to how he was going to play his cards tonight. Would he play it close to the vest and not show the whole league what he's doing? Or would he play the best guys? Well, I think he's got like 9 best guys, so it doesn't make any difference.
Great problem to have for sure. Tonight's Jack Fact. Let's take a look. Hawaii playing a bunch of new faces on the other side of the net this year. Growing the game. Hawaii going up against 47 different opponents in their first 39 years of existence. The Rainbow Warriors, though, playing 7 teams for the first time in the 2018 season. We saw Juniata, we saw Stevens Institute here in this tournament. The list includes Lincoln Memorial, Barton College. You have Thompson Rivers, Sacred Heart. It is an extensive list of new teams and somewhat afforded by the new format with Big West Conference play being initiated here this year in 2018. It affords Hawaii in these non-conference tournaments to schedule some of those different squads.
Then we take a look at
Rado doing his thing.
Here's some highlights from Rado. Already, Rado's got 4 kills in 7 tries. He's hitting 571.
Let's send it over to Ryan Kalei-Suji.
Thanks, Gano. Well, on the USC sideline, Coach Nygaard talking to his team specifically about their blocking. He feels that his team is not doing a good job of tracking Hawaii's hitters, but the USC players have a lot to track on the Hawaii sideline. Right now, USC's block just really not effective because of the amount of talent coming at them. They're trying to figure a way to slow down this Hawaii offense. Back over to you guys.
And it's a lot 23, serving 16. Here's Stein out of the timeout. Good serve, so SC out of system here. It's Grosso getting the swing from the back row. Shut down. Brett Rosenmeyer getting the gist of that. And it's aloha ball in this opening stanza for the Rainbow Warriors.
Really, what forced that play was Steinbeck Tilburg's serve that forced a bad pass beyond the 3-meter line. Makes it really easy on Hawaii blockers if the server can do his job.
Here's Stein into the net. So they'll play on here in the first frame. Hawaii preseason ranked 5th in the ABCA poll. USC 12th. Still aloha ball here for the Bows. Worsley, D-set to Stein. Oh, familiar conditions for Von Tilburg. And an exclamation point on that first set for Hawaii. They hit 400 as a team, and they win 25-17.
Rainbow Warrior Volleyball on Spectrum Sports is sponsored by Strong and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
Well, we got a performance by the Rainbow Roofing Company in that opening set, Chris.
Well, last year they led the country in blocking with about 2.5 blocks per set. In this particular set, with blocks like that, they had 6, almost triple last year's #1 leading average. So I did not see that coming, by the way. I did not see that as a great strength of theirs when I watched practices last week. I saw a whole lot of other things that were strong, but I did not see blocking as one of the great strengths.
You know, we also saw an interesting wrinkle prior to that set point. You want to go into that?
Yeah, well, Charlie Wade subbed out Rado out of the back row, so and had Gage Worsley serve for him, so a lefty for a lefty. And then all of a sudden, Hawaii had no D-ball hitter, so to speak, because Rado had been hitting the D-ball all night. And all of a sudden, and Gage Worsley certainly wasn't going to be hitting the D-ball. So in that last point, because Stein Van Tilburg is next to Rado in the rotation, Stein just slid over to his old spot and took that last swing on the right side out of the back row, and I don't think SC was ready for that.
Yeah, it certainly caught them by surprise. Hawaii takes set 1, 25-17. They hit 416 blocks. On the other side, you have USC flatlining it in that opening frame. Just one team block on their side.
Well, SC got kind of thrown a curveball today in that Sam Lewis, their normal starting middle, was declared not able to play. He's 6'10", the second largest SC player ever. Played in the 16 and 17 youth national team. Played very well tonight. I saw him play night #1. But he tweaked it last night, and they holding him out of tonight's match. He would have been a factor for sure.
Joe Worsley into the net to start set #2, and there's a look at Sam Lewis. But credit to Jeff Nygaard. I mean, he understands that this is a process here, and you saw glimpses of it last season. USC lost 7 of their first 9 matches in 2017. They closed the season, though, winning 8 of their last 10. As you see Solbrink lay into one again. That's his 4th kill already of this match as Worsley hit the deck. But that tells you a little something about what Jeff Nygaard is doing over there.
Yeah, he's real patient. Look at Worsley go to his knees on this one, and Solbrink, very quick arm swing, gets up fast. He's a tough one to block.
Opposite side set for Ryan Moss, but he hit it wide. It's a point for Hawaii.
Moss had a huge night last night. He's got 6 service aces to lead them as well on the season. 21 kills last night, hit 409. Those are big numbers. Tonight, not the same. He's hitting negative right now.
Well, here's Brett Rosemeyer, 6'6" junior from Virginia Beach, with the serve. And again, SC bit out of system here, but Ryan Moss able to fix it. 6'8" junior knuckles it off the block and out, so we're knotted at 2. We mentioned the changing dynamic here this season in the college volleyball landscape on the men's side with the inception of the Big West Conference. Rado and Worsley had fooled on that back set. Rado pumps down his 5th kill of the night.
He really did. Look at middle commits. Rado's left with 1 blocker only, and that blocker was SC's smallest blocker, Grasso, at 6'2".
So 3 serving 2. Good save by Worsley. Second touch by Rado was pretty impressive as well. Back row set, and it's Wyatt. It'll be a Hawaii point. We're going to give Hawaii the roof.
Wyatt makes his first error of the night. He's got 3 kills to go along with that 1 error.
And Solbrig again ready to serve. D-set goes to Moss. off the block and out. How do you see the Big West Conference establishment? 6-team conference, Hawaii, of course, part of that, and the breakaway from the MPSF. How do you see that playing into the overall dynamic of things?
Well, it's going to be a really interesting year in that there won't be that gauntlet, that murderer's row that is the MPSF. Charlie Wade and the other coaches will be allowed to develop their entire team. A lot of these coaches have 18, 19 players in the team. You get a lot of players at different times they play these D3 schools. Here's the conference. You know, Long Beach State, that's a legitimate pick right there. You can see 4 coaches like them. Hawaii #2, that's legit. CSUN is going to be very good. They could upset some people and make life difficult for those top 2 teams. Santa Barbara is going to be pretty good as well. So I see it as a very competitive conference, not going to be an easy one to get through as well.
So the call went against Hawaii. I think they're saying that Stein hit the antenna. Hawaii arguing that it hit the block before it hit the pin. And after a discussion between Dan Hiranaka and Dixon Chun, they reversed the call. What do you think?
Oh, it's absolutely the right call. Hand, then antenna. Absolutely the right call.
Now, Charlie Wade, remember, we do play with the replay challenges here in the Stan Sheriff Center. So Charlie Wade was looking like he was getting ready to challenge that call had they not reversed it. Set outside, goes to Wyatt. Sends it long, no touch, another point for Hawaii. What complicates things for Charlie Wade is, remember, they have the paddles that are raised up by the coaches to signal that they are challenging a call. They can't find the paddles. Nobody knows.
Found one of them.
I guess they found
the other one.
They couldn't find one of the paddles. So they put together a makeshift green paper folded in half, and I guess that's what the coaches are. Someone just needs to make
there it is. There it is.
There's the replay card. Yes, the very official Stan Sheriff Center replay challenge card. Somebody needs to make a run to Walmart here sometime in the near future and get a couple more ping pong paddles. Oh, that's an ace. Kyle Gear, the 6'8" Frosh from Rochester, New York.
Served by Gear. He's got a brother that's playing at Penn State for Mark Pavlik.
Middle set, that's Gassman. Rattled around and finally drop into the Terraflex. Another point for Hawaii.
I saw Stein and Van Tilburg about a month ago. I said, hey, Stein, who played well in the fall? Like, who, in your opinion, was the most improved player? He said, that guy right there, Patrick Gassman. He's in the fittest shape of his life, and he's playing great volleyball.
He looks good. Was 9th nationally last year in blocks per set. Unable to turn that one back, though.
I'm going to talk to Charlie Wade and ask him the same question. He says, no, I'm going to pick the other middle. He says, I like Gassman, too. He improved a lot, but I like Dalton Solbrig. He really improved a lot.
An embarrassment of riches for Charlie Wade. As Alicia gets ready to serve. 6-8. Pass by Tui. Back row set to Stein. And he delivers.
Well, Stein has really adjusted well, as far as I've seen, especially in the practice sessions I watch. He's adjusted well from hitting that D ball all the time to now hitting the back row quick. I think he likes them equally well now.
Here's Gassman. Alicia's going to go high and away to Ryan Moss. Dug up by Gassman back over the net. This time, back set. Goes to Wyatt, and he pulverizes that one.
Great swing by Jack Wyatt, who started off this year with 20 kills against Princeton. And then he got 14, then he got 15. And here he just delivers one right up Stein's shoulder.
Out of Laguna Beach High School, it's a lauded program. He was a Fab 50 and All-State first teamer in California out of high school.
Fab 50, and he also played out of Balboa Bay Club. Charlie Brand's famous boys volleyball club. I'm sure Charlie's watching tonight.
Got the ace there.
Former Dave Shoji associate head.
8 serving 9. Worsley tracks it. High ball to Rosenmeyer. Dug up by Douglas. Outside, it's Grasso. He slams that one.
Well, I like that set by Kurt Lisho that time. He just fired it out to the outside. Boy, middle scrambling to get out there. Gassman a little bit late closing that block. Good swing by Grasso.
4 kills for Grasso, 3-0 run for SC. We're tied at 9. Worsley, back set once again goes to Stein. And that was sheer power from Stein von Tilburg. He had 6 kills on 9 swings. He's hitting over 500.
He's 6'8". He's long. He's sitting out of the back row. He's flying up. He's landing at the center line by the time he jumps. It's like he might as well be on top of the net.
And he's playing a different position from what he played last year when he was one of the nation's best. First team All-American, All-NPSF. Nice swing there by Ryan Moss.
Take a look at Stein coming out of the back row. And this set is going to be low and only one blocker up. The other 2 blockers were worried about Rosenmeyer and Rado. I'd be worried about them too.
Stein was 3rd nationally last year in kills per set. Rosenmeyer, who averaged 2.1 put-downs per set in his first season as a starter a year ago, gets another kill for the home team.
And a picture-perfect set by Joe Worsley, right where Rosie likes it, on that line so he can hit line.
3 kills, 5 swings, no errors for Rosenmeyer. And here he is with the serve. One hand set in the middle is blocked by Solberg. Back row set goes to Wyatt. Blocked and rope. Dalton Solberg in the middle of things again.
Solberg's very patient, looking to go down, goes up. Nice tight block there. He got some help too from Stein and Rado.
17 blocks now for Hawaii. Grasso off the block, kept alive by Rosie. Outside set, it's Stein. Rattles it through the block and down. They call a net violation against the Trojans. Either way you slice it, it's a point for Hawaii. It's 13, serving 10. And we're seeing Stein von Tilburg from just about every which way.
He was a little bit shaky the first time. Hit flat lined at 2 kills, 2 errors. Charlie Wade looked at me after the game and said, should I worry about Stein? I told him, Charlie, I don't think you have to worry about Stein at all.
Here's Grasso against a triple block, tried to avoid it, sliced it too thin. Out it goes, point for Hawaii, and it is a 4-0 Rainbow run. With Hawaii closing in on 15, a timeout by Jeff Nygaard. Let's check out how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank. Chris, what are we looking at?
We're taking a look at a very advanced level of setting. This technique right here by Joe Worsley. We'll watch him as he comes up to the net. He sees where the ball's going. When it's at its height, he looks back at the block and sees how the block is lining up. That's a difficult thing to do. It takes a lot of trust that the ball's going to land where you think it is on your hands. There's Joe looking again. He knows the block is bunched in tight. So he goes into Gassman. Actually, regardless of where he sets it, he's got a better idea of where it should go than if he does not look.
It's Moss with the swing for SC out of the timeout. Rado does it again. Parapunov with 6 kills, and he is playing error-free volleyball. Hawaii hits 15 first. Timeout on the floor. Welcome back. Let's check out the First Hawaiian Bank top 3. This is last year's top 3 list of NCAA kill leaders. Lucas Yoder for USC was number 1. Barry Goodridge, the New Jersey Institute of Technology, was 2. And Stein von Tilburg, number 3 at 4.25 kills per set. So USC losing due to eligibility. Wrapping things up, Lucas Yoder, the top kill leader in the country. They also lost Andy Benish, their 4-year starter in the middle. So there were some specific spots that were going to have to be compensated for head coach Jeff Nygaard, but he feels like this is becoming, though young, a much more well-rounded bunch of talent. Overpass forced, slammed down by Grasso. Give the assist to the server there, Ryan Moss.
Rare error from Tuileta. It's 2 overpasses by him tonight. I used to remember the time when he, last year, he might have 1 overpass every 6 or 7, 10 games maybe.
Rado unable to put that one down. Here's Grasso. Didn't get much of an approach. It didn't matter. He plugs it through the Solbrig and Potapunov block. And it's a 3-0 USC run.
So look at Grasso. What an arm he's got. It is live, isn't it?
Grasso with 7 kills to lead the Trojans. That matches Stein von Tilburg on Hawaii's side. Middle set, Solbrig. That was gorgeous. Worsley going behind the head to Solbrig in the middle.
I think that was audibilized because the pass was too far to the left. And so Solbrig, rather than going in front of the center like the play call was, decided to go behind the center. And he just gave Joe a call during the middle of that play, I think. It's almost like a juke here. Goes one way, then comes back the other. Middle blocker doesn't know where to go.
Yeah, the block was non-existent. Joe Anastasiadis with the serve for Hawaii. Worsley coming up with the save there. So it's Rosie setting up Rado. Yes, sir.
How do you stop that?
7 kills now for Potapunov.
2 blockers up, and he goes right between the 2 blockers. He could have also gone over if he'd wanted.
I mean, he's 6'9", so he already has that advantage of such a high point of contact. And then, like you said, the nozzle effect, the wide fan. Anastasiadis' service fan got a little too wide there.
Anastasiadis, born and raised in Cyprus, lived there for 16 years, still speaks fluent Greek. Will speak Greek with Milan Zarkovic when necessary. He said what's funny is Milan sometimes will speak 3 different languages in the same sentence. He'll say something in Bulgarian to Rado, and he'll speak Greek to him, and then he'll come back to English. Pretty crazy.
Pretty good tool to have on your coaching staff if you're Charlie Wade, huh?
Oh, yeah.
First touch there by Tuileta. Here's Stein against a solo block. And that time, Gert Lisha would not be able to deny SVT.
Again, Worsley delivering a ball that creates 1 blocker up, and that frustration look right there in that back row player. It looks like it was Gianluca. Was the sign of I think a lot of SC players now being frustrated they can't get 2 blockers up more often.
One hand set outside to Moss. Make that Wyatt blocked and roofed.
There's a 6'10" and a 6'8" block on the outside. And Wyatt, who's been one of the more prolific attackers in this tournament, finally got blocked by somebody. He's been pretty error-free most of the night. So actually, this is 4th error there.
8th total team block for Hawaii. The block party in full effect as Worsley sends that one into the twine. So here's Kyle Gear to serve. Played club beach volleyball with his current teammate, libero Matt Douglas. Roll shot there by Wyatt. Chance for Hawaii. Worsley back row to Rosenmeyer. Net violation called against the Trojans. Either way you slice it, it's a point for Hawaii.
There's the 3rd different attacker out of the back row. You got Rosie hitting the Bick out of the back row. Got Stein hitting the Bick out of the back row. Got Rado hitting the D-ball out of the back row. Hawaii with such a diverse attack.
Outside, it's Wyatt. Block got a good piece of it. Worsley with the left hand shoves it off of Wyatt and down. Point, Rainbow Warriors, and they're up a half dozen, largest lead of the 2nd set.
And Worsley proving that he can go toe-to-toe with the big boys up front. People who thought that you have to have a giant big center, 6'4", 6'5", to get away with things in this league. Not so.
That was Jennings Franciscovich-like as an ace is then delivered by Stein von Tilburg. And a timeout signaled by USC head coach Jeff Nygaard. So add an ace to the 8-kill night so far for Stein von Tilburg.
I'm sure if he could talk to his parents right now, he'd say, that was for you, Mom and Dad. Theo and Bridget actually are watching from the Netherlands, I believe. Is that your understanding?
Yeah, well, and to that same effect, let's wish Stein's sister Tessa a happy 20th birthday.
Wow.
We're not sure, Stein wasn't sure if she'd still be up watching, but figures maybe the folks can transfer the message. So Stein von Tilburg, 8 kills on 11 swings. He's hit .636, and he's just looked awfully comfortable, Chris.
It really has. It's almost as if he just hasn't missed a beat. And remember, this is where he used to play when he was playing junior volleyball. He played on the left side, and he played it well and was comfortable there. And then Charlie Wade is the one who moved him to the right when he came to Hawaii. And Stein says, okay, wherever you need me, coach. And he became arguably the most prolific right side player in the country last year.
And he's honest about it. He says, hey, look, I went through my growing pains in that transition. I wasn't necessarily all the time enthusiastic about it. And then he admits, this year after an All-American performance as an opposite, being shifted back to the outside hitter position, he said, yeah, it hasn't always been that fun. But for the betterment of the team, right? Everybody sort of buying into what Charlie Wade's vision is, and we're seeing it in spots at least tonight. When things are clicking, this is a Hawaii team that comes at you from all angles.
And even Jeff Nygaard admitted that. He says, boy, that team is so diverse, their attack. They have so many players coming at you from so many areas. Oh, there's the face out of the pass.
There's Siki Zarkovic, the son of assistant coach Milan, aforementioned. 22 serving 15 out of the break. Moss with the swing, good scoop. Oh, it goes off the scoreboard though after Worsley tried to center it.
Actually, he was doing the right thing. He was trying to get it all the way over to the other side of the court so the right side player could attack it, but as we saw, the scoreboard got in the way.
Yeah, came careening down on the Hawaii side. That would be playable, by the way, if you're wondering, as long as it remains on Hawaii's side of the net. Here's the serve by Lisha, sends it long. So Hawaii hitting .585 for the match. C-Mac, in this second set, they are hitting .875.
Unheard of. That goes back to the Uval days. His teams used to hit for big numbers like that.
Chris Hall, one of the 9 freshmen on the USC roster, out on the floor. It's 23 serving 16. Here it comes from Pat Gassman. Wyatt off the block. Gage Worsley with the set to Stein. That one is dug up by Hall. Nicely done. Wyatt again through the block. There's Gage. His brother Joe sets up Rosie, but it's blanketed. Wyatt up above the net next to Connor Inlow.
That was a great block by Jack White. He goes up and presses this ball over and down and into the court. And he's got the good celebration, too.
So 17 serving 23. How about the diving first touch by Gage Worsley, and then Big Bro Joe sets up Stein von Tilburg for kill number 9.
Once again, Stein hitting the D ball, which he did all last year, but he's only doing it now in certain special situations, and that was one of them.
So aloha ball here in the second frame. Joe Worsley with the serve. Moss off the block. Net violation called against the Bows. USC doing a bit better here in the second set offensively. They're at least in the positive numbers. But still an uphill battle here, trailing 18-24. Remains aloha ball for the Rainbow Warriors. Tuileta two hands it. Middle set, Solbrig into the twine. And that is a rare hitting error in this second set for the Rainbow Warriors. Just the second, in fact, of this second stanza.
So they were 14-0-16.
Two-hand pass by Rosenmeyer. Worsley high and away to Potapunov. Blocked and roofed. Solo style by Ryan Moss. And this young but certainly feisty USC squad trying to make this interesting after a 3-0 run.
They're scrappers. They're not going to give up, that's for sure.
Tuileta with the pass. Worsley. Back row set. Stein! Laying the smackdown. And Hawaii takes set number 2. 25-20. And they hit 591 in the second set in the process, C-Mac.
Unbelievable. Those are huge, huge numbers. 489 off overall to USC's .094.
So an impressive showing for Hawaii. They lead 2-0. Let's send it over to Scott Robbs. He has Charlie Wade.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Coach, you got to be very pleased with the way you've played in those first 2 sets. Your offense was almost unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot to be upset about, but we'll find something. I think our blocking still is, while the numbers are pretty good, still a little fragmented. We're kind of drifting around and stuff. There's certainly a lot of stuff we can get better at, but thrilled with the effort and got to love the crowd tonight.
First 2 nights, you got a chance to play a lot of guys. Are you going to take a look at some other guys in the third set?
Well, I'm always thinking to, but at the same time, you want to kind of get in a rhythm, and we're playing good right now. And I mean, obviously, SC's got a lot of talent on that side, so we'll see how it goes.
All right, we'll talk to you after the match.
All right, appreciate it.
Hello, Chris. Back over to you.
Thanks a lot, Scott. 25-17 in the first, 25-20 in the second. So Hawaii heads back to the locker room with a chance to crack open the broom closet. Just 3 career starts coming into this season, all coming last year. He's been playing up tonight, Chris.
Yeah, he had big shoes to fill with Henrik Moll, who played so well last year. So nice to see him playing well. For the stats for tonight, really lopsided as are the scores. Hawaii 29 kills to SC's 19. The big number is, though, 489 for Hawaii. That's a huge percentage. They hit like 319 last year. So hit 489 is monster number. And the blocks, another monster number, 8 blocks. Normally at this time last year, they'd have like 4 or 5 blocks. So, and they're serving, another good night of serving as well. So all cylinders, I think, are firing. What do you think?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah. And it was an interesting question that Scott put in front of Charlie Wade at the intermission was, all right, is this one of those matches where you try to get a lot of people run, you try different combinations, or since things are flowing so well, do you just try to finish the deal as soon as possible against a talented and physical USC squad?
I think Charlie's going to choose the latter. I think he's going to stay with the guys who have won the first 2 sets. And if the match gets in hand, say halfway through this last set, then I can see him substituting some players. But I think he's going to play it pretty close to the vest.
And it appears as though the starting 6 will be out there for Hawaii.
What's amazing is that it's a war between Rosenfield and Matatia. It's really a wash, and it's scary to think that Hawaii could put in another player that has had a better tournament actually than Rosie, but Matatia has had a phenomenal tournament.
Yeah,
with all due respect to Rosenmeyer.
Yeah, how about the guy who came into this match leading the team in kill percentage, Austin Matatia, the Moanalua graduate, hitting .419. We have not seen him yet tonight. This is a guy who missed all of fall because of knee issues. And then first practice on December 28th and entered January raring to go.
Yeah, Charlie Wade said 4 days into practice he was the best player in the gym. He said so much for fall practice.
Yeah. But again, that is another example, another indication of just what Charlie Wade is working with here. Part of the challenge will be, how do you keep everyone happy? How do you maintain that level of competition? How do you get everyone action as the serve goes long for USC? And it's a point for Hawaii here, out the gate in set 3. So how does he approach that, C-Mac?
Well, I think he's already given a lot of playing time away the first couple of nights. So I think the players that are not playing tonight will understand.
Good swing there by Jack Ryan.
If anybody falters this set, I can see him easily putting somebody in who is sort of maybe taking the set off or taking a few plays off. He will have not hesitate at all to put new players in. And I don't think he's going to force the issue and get people in just to get them in. This group's playing well together, so I think he's going to stick with it.
What's even more interesting is he's openly talked about how he doesn't feel pressure to have to find some finite or really precise version of the lineup. For him, if there is this level of competition throughout the year, if he still has these options readily available, he says more power to us come March and April. The dig there by Rado. And then he gets rewarded with the set on the outside, unable to put it down, but an overpass on the dig. And easy pickings for Brett Rosenmeyer.
Good swing by Rosie. Let's see if he... Yeah, part of the ball does cross the plane of the net. Therefore, legal play.
Yeah, some of the SC players were calling for a reach over, but nothing doing. 2 serving 1. New libero out there for the Trojans. He had the first touch there. Cole Paxson, 5'10", freshman out of Laguna Beach High School. And a good swing there by the other Laguna Beach High School product, Jack Wyatt.
Paxson with some good background. He's played with 16 youth national team. He was a Fab 50 player in high school. SC roster filled with high school All-Americans and Fab 50 guys, that's for sure.
Serve goes wide, point for Hawaii 3, serving 2. Now a lot of the groundwork has been laid here in Charlie Wade's tenure. This is his 9th season in previous years. But last year was a breakthrough year, right? They got to the national semifinal, lost to eventual national champ Ohio State, but Hawaii tying a program record for single-season victories with 27. Worsley surveys the floor again, delivers to Gassman, pinballed around in return. So it's Rosenmeyer, sets up Rado against a double block, and it still works. Go figure.
Rado's got a friendly cable there. Good set by Rosie. Rado gets a good run up on him and just tries to bring it down too much, catches cable, and luckily it drops in.
Little set, the block was up on Connor Inlow. They'll go back to Inlow. That time the block wasn't up. He gets the point. But getting back to last year, Hawaii making its 5th appearance in the NCAA tournament, 2nd in the last 3 years. But getting some very valuable experience for the returning players. And you had sort of the waiting in the wings emergence of guys like Joe Worsley, even Rado Parapunov to a degree. He knew that his role was going to be increased if everything went according to plan this year. And so this is a team with very high aspirations.
Yeah, no question. I think all summer long they were thinking about, you know what, we got a taste of it there in Columbus last year in May. But, you know, I really think we can do it all. So many people are coming back, even though they lost 3 key players, actually 4 counting Ian McKellar. They just knew they could fill all those gaps and fill that vacuum very easily. Clearly they have.
Parapunov dug up by Wyatt. Moss from off the net, off speeder is dug up by Worsley. So Tui sets up Rado, and he mashes it through the double block. The block was there, Chris, and it still didn't matter.
Well, it was a great set from Tui left. Look, he just pushes it all high and outside, right where Rado likes it, and then Rado just powers it through. Remember, Rado internationally had some pretty good numbers. You know, when he played when he was younger, and he was on the Bulgarian junior national team. He was the best spiker in Europe one year.
Grasso. Wow, that had some fire tailing off of it.
I just love this guy, Gianluca's arm. He just is live, gets up. Now, he only really has a one-step approach, and then he gets up and just hammers.
Joined USC last year in early January after transferring from Orange Coast Junior College as Rado gets turned back by Grasso right on cue. 6'2", denying access to 6'9".
Well, not only does Gianluca have a great right arm, he's got a good left arm there, too. Just pounds it down. Great block.
And he's fired up. 6 serving 5. Worsley goes outside. It's SVT. The Flying Dutchman strikes again.
Continues to just look comfortable out there on the left side.
11 kills now for Von Tilburg on 16 swings. He's hitting .625, and he now retreats back to serve. Hit double figures in kills in 24 of 32 matches last year. Moss dug up by Von Tilburg. Worsley high and away to Rosenmeyer. That was a laser beam, but Paxson able to scoop it up. Here's Grosso, the touch, deep corner. And a savvy play that time by Gianluca Grosso.
There's a guy who's played a lot of volleyball, who knows where the open spots are in a broken play where they just high ball, and he knows that the back middle SVT normally plays deep back middle and doesn't rotate to area 1 that often.
The scouting report on Grosso is that he's been dealing with a back injury as well here in the early part of the season.
That doesn't look bad to me. How about you?
No. Worsley goes middle to Gassman.
Again, this is a gutsy set. So often it's mistime, misconnection, especially this early in the season. But Worsley just tends to just fire the ball so hard and just high enough for a guy that's 6'10" as well. Gassman loves that set.
Well, Worsley started 11 of Hawaii's final 15 matches as a freshman 2 seasons ago. And we got a net violation called against Hawaii, so it's a point for USC. And it's interesting because Charlie Wade has gone so far as to say, when comparing Joe Worsley's setting abilities to Jennings Franciscovich, the All-American from last year, who had such a stellar season as a senior, he said, you know, you could argue that this is no slight to Jennings. You could argue that Joe is the more pure system setter. What does he mean by that? As an ace is delivered by Grosso after a laser beam from the service line.
I think Charlie probably means that Joe, like we've seen so far, is willing to set the ball a little faster, get his hitters more one-on-one situations, go against the flow very often without being too fancy.
Rado blocked and roofed again, and SC in business here in set number 3. That was Kyle Gear getting most of that one.
USC playing some good volleyball right now. At least they're hitting better for sure. Hitting at a 538 clip offensively here in the 3rd set.
2 team blocks in this 3rd set. That'll be a Hawaii point. We got a net violation against the Trojans. A little overzealous on their side of the net against that block.
Hey, let's bring it back, boys. Let's go.
Hawaii hitting 231 here so far in the 3rd set compared to 538 for USC. Back row set, it's Grosso, and he's starting to take over a little bit, Chris. That's his 11th kill of the night.
He really is. He's getting more sets than anybody else, that's for sure. And Gianluca with 21 sets. Jack Wyatt's got 20 sets. As you said, that's his 11th kill, and he'll just power it. He's unafraid of any block. He'll just go for it.
John Rivera now in and back to serve. 6'6" senior from San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Just turned 22 yesterday. Happy birthday, John.
Another birthday shout out. Worsley, backside to Rosenmeyer, blocked and roofed. This time it's Jack Wyatt. And USC up 12-8, largest lead of this 3rd set. And the body language is shifting.
Momentum definitely shifting over to the team in black.
Diving pass by Stein. Outside set to Rado. And he missed it wide. Point for the Trojans. That's the 4th hitting error for Rado Patapunov. And USC leads by a handful here in set 3.
Some self-inflicted wounds going on now. Combine that with better USC playing, and you've got this 5-point differential.
Worsley outside. Here's Rado off the block and down, trying to restore some order.
Notice that Charlie Wade has not called a timeout, in spite of the fact that his team is down, going down 5 points. I think he's allowing them to figure things out on their own. And I think they'll mature faster as a team if they do that, rather than the coach always having all the answers by calling all the timeouts.
Here's Here's Rosenmeyer, 9, serving 13. First touch by Paxson. Outside, it's Wyatt against a triple block dug up by Tuileta. Here's Rado against a double block. And he handcuffs Moss.
All started out with like a 65-mile-an-hour heater by Rosenmeyer, finishing with Rado's cross-court hit. Again, only a one-step approach there. A step, gather, and go up. He's got that powerful left arm.
22 swings for Parapunov, 11 kills.
Again, great serve by Rosie.
Triple block up, it didn't matter. Wyatt made it work. He's got double figures now with 10 kills. He is a good-looking player. It's hard to believe that he did not play volleyball, at least at the collegiate level. Basically just walked away from the sport the last 2 years.
It's amazing. He's playing like he... Actually, Coach Nygaard said he's even stronger than when he left 2 years ago.
Chris Hall serves it into the net. So we're seeing some of the reserve players, some of the younger players getting some run on the USC side of the net. And they have provided a spark for sure of what you're trying to hang in here, down 5 at one point. It's now 11 serving 14, and James Anastasiadis to serve. Just missed that sideline. So USC gets the 15 first in the third. They're looking to prolong things at the SSC. Let's go inside the numbers presented by Heineken. It's 24. That's the school record. Consecutive home matches won by this Hawaii team. They are seeking home win number 25 in a row. Last loss came 2 seasons ago, March 4th, 2016 against BYU. Interestingly enough, Hawaii will be hitting the road after tonight for the Grow the Game Challenge, January 12th through 14th in Nashville, Tennessee.
And playing at a place that does not even have men's volleyball. Lipscomb University, I think, is trying to take a look at it, so invite a lot of good teams come in and play.
Stein von Tilburg out of the timeout. Gets it down. Well, part of the reason Hawaii found itself down here in the third is because of this guy, C-Mac, Gianluca Grasso.
Well, he's got that live arm. He's got that good block up front. Even though he's 6'2", he gets up there. And great vision on his tip shot there. Great peripheral vision. He's one heck of a player.
Just a fireball of energy. And here he is again. Up off of a trampoline, but he hits it wide. No touch up front. And Hawaii back to within 2. They trailed by as many as 5 just moments ago.
Looks like Gage Worsley's serve there caused some problems with the SC passers.
The lefty's serve of Gage Worsley. Grasso rising high, but Gassman turns it back. The swing by Moss, chance for Hawaii. Worsley outside, it's Stein, the touch shot. Von Tilburg pulls the string.
Stein can do no wrong tonight. Only one error all night long. Everything he touches turns to gold.
Stein time at the Stan Sheriff Center once more. Hawaii within a point. And that one sails long off the palm of Connor Inlow. And the Rainbow Warriors have evened things up. Tied at 15, timeout, SC. Well, they are boisterous in the stands here this evening as they've seen the Rainbow Warriors up 2-0 against USC in what is the effective championship match of the inaugural Texaco Rainbow Warrior Classic. 4-0 run for Hawaii has evened things up at 15. And another blazing serve by Gage Worsley. Moss comes in, blocked, but it goes out of bounds. It wasn't the most orthodox approach there for Ryan Moss, but it worked anyway.
Picks up kill number 6, does Moss. SC stops the bleeding.
Moss, one of those guys, like Stein von Tilburg, has kind of played everywhere, right? All the way across the front row of the net at different stages of his career. Worsley caught him napping.
Haven't seen that in 3 nights.
And that
He's
is,
held off until this point.
and that's one of those plays that,
He did. He looks.
and he did look through the net.
And the block was down. Nobody was going up with him.
But one of those plays where you wonder if you lose some of that going from a guy at 6'5" with the leaping ability of Jennings Franciscovich to Joe Worsley as Grosso goes off the block and out, but not necessarily, at least not to the level that maybe some people would anticipate.
I agree. First of all, Worsley's got better hops than most people think. Not the hops of Jennings,
Sure.
but he's got some hops, so he gets up above the net and can put it fairly straight down. But he also knows that he's limited there. He's got so many other people to go to that he really doesn't need to do that dump shot very often because he's got such powerhouses around him, live arms everywhere.
Jennings Franciscovich, though, I mean, but he had a knack for the dynamic play, right?
Yeah, he really did.
That one put down in the middle by Kyle Gear. Joe Worsley, much more of that bulldog setter mentality.
Jennings playing in Italy right now as we speak. Henrik Moll playing in Norway and waiting for the beach season to start.
So 18 serving 7 here. USC not going quietly into the mono a night. Worsley outside to Rosenmeyer. Quietly, Brett Rosenmeyer's had a really efficient game. That's kill number 7 on 12 swings. He's got 6 digs. And we're tied for the 10th time in this third stage.
And Rosie has passed very well. That's probably the most important thing that Charlie Wade has liked about Rosie's skills in tonight's match.
He's even got 3 assists in scramble plays. Dug up over the net by Tui Letov with a smash by Moss. Middle set. And Kyle Gear, the off-speeder that worked in his favor.
A little bit of a paintbrush shot there. I'm not sure he got all of that one, the Kyle Gear. That was a kill nonetheless.
So John Rivera now in for USC. Trojans preseason picked 5th in the MPSF, now down to 7 teams, and ironically celebrating its 25th year of existence. And that's going to end up being an SC point.
Rivera, one of 2 seniors on this squad.
And Charlie Wade seeing USC get to that 20-point plateau signals for a timeout. Well, we've been talking up Joe Worsley taking over the offense this year as the starting setter, and the Fujitsu air conditioning cool play goes to him for this effort, all the way down to the floor to get it up for Dalton Solbridge.
He's actually done this, I think, once each night. It's almost becoming a habit when he gets a bad pass down low to the ground. Rather than bump it, he'll just go down to his knees and pop it up, and then they lift him up and thank him for the effort. That was a cool play for sure.
Also must be pretty cool for Joe to have his younger bro, Gage, now part of the Hawaii program. And, you know, they seem to already have such a chemistry within their personalities, but infectious to the rest of the team as well.
Yeah, you know who else is happy about it is his mom and dad.
Yeah.
Roger and Christine. I'm sure they're watching at home.
Right.
They're big volleyball fans, and they run a volleyball club in Northern California. And this way, when both boys play on the same team, they don't have to be changing stations all the time or traveling all over the place. Just take a trip to Hawaii about once a month, and life is good.
You got heavy ties to Hawaii running through that family anyway, so it has worked out well for sure. Let's send it over to Ryan. What's up?
Well, on the Hawaii sideline, head coach Charlie Wade specifically taking time to talk to Joe Worsley, pulling him out of the huddle, and talk to him about who to set coming out of this timeout. With Hawaii's array of options, right now Hawaii wants to find their best attacker to get a side out. On the other, also Milan Zarkovic taking time to talk to the passers, primarily to Ileta, to try to get him to be more control of the passing department. Back over to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Well, Charlie waiting to call a timeout earlier in the set when Hawaii was trailing by 5. Felt, though, with USC getting to 20, that this is sort of a must-have point potentially. with Kyle Gear getting ready to serve. So Wade signaling for a timeout, and now we're having a discussion with the top official Dixon Chun and Connor Inlow, the floor captain for USC.
Could be the wrong server.
Jeff Nygaard now up off the bench. And he'll have a conversation with Dan Hironaka, and that does appear to be the subject matter.
If it was the wrong server, then they can take away points. It's a long conversation.
Yeah. So John Rivera was serving before the timeout. And what we are being told is that the libero, Cole Paxson, came in for the wrong person. But we are getting this all third person, and now Charlie Wade is having a fairly vehement conversation with Dan Hironaka himself. What do you make of this, C-Mac?
Yeah, you rarely see this. The libero almost always goes in for the proper person. And this time, obviously, they did not. Jeff Nygaard got the explanation. Charlie Wade got the explanation. It looks like Hawaii will get to serve the ball. And they're now checking to find out who their next server is, so they don't make a mistake and send the wrong person back.
Well, this has created quite the delay here in this third set. But that could be, especially at this stage with what was a 20-18 score, that could be pretty profound.
It could be.
That's brilliant.
Oh, that's funny. I don't know if he's giving the loser sign to the opposing team or the referees, or maybe both.
Well, now it's a matter of the players themselves. You're seeing Dalton
SC just
Solberg.
lost a point. We're back to 19.
So that means we would be tied effectively if they are taking a point off of SC and giving it to Hawaii.
Exactly.
And that is exactly what we're looking at. So how big might that end up being?
It's huge.
But now you have a situation where the players, you have Dalton Solberg jumping up and down in place. They're just trying to stay warm. That was one heck of a break. So here we are. Instead of 20-18 SC up 2, it is 19-19 Hawaii up 2-0 in the match. Overpass, Solberg. Well, I guess he stayed warm.
He must have, yeah. Good call by you to see him staying warm, and he was ready for that overpass. Great serve by Rosenmeyer after a timeout, after a long delay. Not easy to put a tough one in there, but he did force the overpass.
So Rosenmeyer to serve. And it's long. So we're tied at 20. But what a turn of events. Charlie Wade signals for the timeout, down 20-18. But because of the rotation error, in essence, or substitution error, it was 19-19, and Charlie Wade even got the timeout back.
Yeah, we've got 2 timeouts left here in the 20s.
Chris Hall with the serve. That's long. Point for Hawaii.
Good eye by Tui. I think Stein gave him a loud yell there of out. Give some credit to Stein and Tilburg for communicating to Tui.
Solberg to serve. Outside. Moss caught it fast. No touch up front. point for Hawaii. It's 22-20. It's a 4-1 run for the Rainbows.
It looks like they're going to challenge, saying this touched somebody. It didn't even come close to touch anybody. Not even close. This is a way to get. This is a way to get an easy, free timeout. One of the bad things about the challenge thing. Hopefully, the referees can resolve this kind of thing by making sure this is a quick decision, so it's not doesn't turn into a free timeout for a team that didn't want to use a timeout. They wanted to use a challenge instead. But this isn't even close. Yeah. Way over. It's a foot over the block.
Yeah. That's a pretty extended block there between Pat Gassman and Rado Potapunov.
Yeah. Well, he was doing the right thing, trying to go high hands, but not even close. Surprised that Dan Hironaka's even looking at other views of it. It's pretty clear that that first view was very definitive. I mean, this isn't even close. No fingers are in play. Nothing's in play. It's an easy call. This is taking way too long.
Yeah. Because from that angle, it's clear that the right hand of Rado didn't touch it. From the other angle, it's clear that the left hand didn't touch it. Dan Hironaka taking a while to look at this thing, though. All right, so Hironaka confirms the call. And it is a point for Hawaii. 22-20.
The reason that took so long, Hironaka couldn't make that call very fast. Not his fault. The monitor went out. So that's what took all the time.
Right side, it's Wyatt. USC not done yet.
Jack Wyatt taking up kill number 12.
Well, it's an opening night. The monitors aren't working. We got substitution issues. Opening night, but standard of our broadcasts, of course, as Pat Gassman lays into it. And it's 23-21.
Gassman picks up kill number 4.
Hawaii hitting .391 now in this third set. They have turned it around. 4:57 for the match. Here's Rado from the service line. Outside, Grasso. 13th kill for him.
So Worsley got his perfect matchup. 6-footer against the 6'2", and unfortunately, a little more heat on the side of
Grasso. He is ferocious.
Gianluca Grasso. Wow.
Like a Red Bull can with legs. Worsley outside. Stein. Off the block and out. Point for Hawaii. And we're going to have a conversation. Hold the phone. USC saying they got the point.
He's asking him, I think he's asking, did the ball touch the hitter on the way down? He says no.
So it is a point for Hawaii, and we may see another challenge. Jeff Nygaard has 2 more remaining. And so hold the phone. They were all standing up here at the Stan Sheriff Center. But hold the phone, it might not be over yet.
Watch to see if this ball contacts Stein on the way down.
Ooh.
Hard to tell from
Hard to tell from that
ball's
angle.
definitely out. Does it touch him though? Ooh, that's hard to tell too. Doesn't look like it. Ball didn't start spinning anyway. Normally you'd see the ball start spinning if it came off any part of his body, but the ball stayed in the same spin pattern.
They are certainly challenging whether it touched Stein off of that block.
Right.
Not the in-out call. So here might be the best angle. Does it redirect in any way right there along Stein's hip?
It doesn't look like it at all.
It's a tough one.
No redirection. And I think that
Are our monitors working this time?
I think they are.
Okay, all right. So this is on Dan now.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. Well, Dan's going to explain it to Jeff Nygaard first. Yeah, that might be the call. Not enough evidence there to overturn the call. The SC players are reacting as though it's not going to go their way. And we got Austin Mataltia coming into the match for Hawaii. The call stands. It is aloha ball for the set and the match for the Rainbow Warriors. And Austin Mataltia comes in for Stein von Tilburg, who leaves the match with 14 kills, hitting .684.
Only one error all night long in 19 swings. That's a remarkable performance.
Timeout, USC.
Oh, and they get some hefty boos from this crowd.
Oh, the chutzpah of Jeff Nygaard. Three-time Olympian in indoor and beach volleyball, played on 2 UCLA national title teams.
Was MVP twice in that national championship.
Replaced Bill Ferguson, who was at the helm for USC for 9 years. But Jeff Nygaard says there is absolutely no hesitation on his part, no concern or regret on his part taking over USC, despite being a UCLA alum. You're seeing it all over the place, right? You had Charles O'Bannon's son, Chuck O'Bannon Jr., who plays for USC. Charles O'Bannon and his brother Ed O'Bannon, of course, won the '95 national championship in basketball for UCLA.
Right.
So you're starting to see these quote-unquote color lines crossed quite a bit over there in Los Angeles.
Well, Northern California as well.
Oh yeah, why don't you tell us about that?
I feel embarrassed to say that, to talk about
your son Spencer.
My son Spencer went to Stanford, now coaching at Cal women's volleyball. He had a tough time putting the shirt on, by the way. It was a little bit tricky.
Was it tough for him?
Yeah, a little bit tricky at first, but he got over it.
Would you call that a cardinal sin?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're too funny.
So aloha ball coming up here out of the timeout for Hawaii.
This is long but over. I'll tell you that tough to earn these last couple of points.
How about the substitution of Austin Mataltia here?
Tough to come in cold and serve like this, but he's a great server. I'd be very surprised if he did anything else but serve tough. Good serve.
Outside. Grosso blocked. Scramble play SC. Moss over the double block, saved by Rado. Worsley high and away. Rosenmeyer in. Point. Match for Hawaii.
Good sequence. I'd like to see Rado coming off the net there making that dig. The big guy just showing that he can do not just the big bombing at the net, but he did some pretty good blocking tonight as well, and I made a terrific dig there on match point.
And Hawaii goes a kahi elua aloha for the inaugural Texaco Classic Championship. Bank of Hawaii presents the players of the match. Gianluca Grosso goes for 13 kills to lead USC, hitting .231, and SVT was spectacular. 14 kills, .684, C-Mac.
That's pretty amazing. It reminds me of his freshman year when he first came on board. He had that first night out. He had 14 kills, no errors, and 15 tries. It was sort of an auspicious start to his career. Tonight was almost a repeat of that.
11 kills for Rado Panapunov. Rosenmeyer adds 8. Dalton Solbrig added 6 and 4 blocks. Hawaii hits .479 for the match. And we get ahead of the game here a little bit with the announcement of the all-tournament team. And Stein von Tilburg, Rado Panapunov representing Hawaii, as well as Joe Worsley named the tournament's most outstanding player.
How about that? That's exciting. Now, nobody in the crowd knows it yet. Only you and I got this piece of paper, but pretty cool for Joe and the boys.
Yeah, so we get to give the advancer to those watching here on Spectrum Sports.
For USC, Moss, White, and Grasser also made it.
Charlie Wade is with Scott Robb. Scotty.
All right, Coach, congratulations. You got pushed there a bit in that third set. Something tells me you like the fact you guys got pushed.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, that's a good team. They got a lot of good arms. You know, a lot of guys that played volleyball at a high level. So I think it was a fun match, you know, and obviously we're excited to come out on top.
You go 3-0, you win the Texaco, you win each match in 3 sets. Give yourself a grade for the opening weekend.
Oh, B-, C+. You know, we got a lot of work to do. You know, like I said, while statistically there are some good performances, I think our blocking is still undisciplined. You know what I'm saying? Our side-out offense, even, you know, when you said to me at the break that our offense was unstoppable, we were only siding out at like 62, 63%. You know, and we want that closer to like 83%. So there's a lot of work to be done. I've said, you know, leading up to the season, we are cautiously optimistic, but we know there's a lot of hard work to be done.
And now you guys jump on a plane and go to somewhere new, Nashville next weekend for a new tournament to promote the game of volleyball.
Yeah, it'll be 3 good non-conference matches, you know, and men's volleyball is growing nationwide, and we get an opportunity to go play in part of the country that doesn't see a lot of it. So we're excited to visit iconic city like Nashville and play some good volleyball.
Tell Marcus Mariota we said hi.
All right, we will. I hope he shows up. He might be a little busy next week, though.
Yeah, he will be. All right, guys, back over to you.
That's right. Marcus advancing in the NFL playoffs. And a hug between roomies, Calais Greeley and Stein Von Tilburg. It's all smiles for Hawaii, off to a 3-0 start as champions of the inaugural Texaco Rainbow Warrior Classic. That'll do it for C-Mac and myself, but stick around for the Spectrum Sports post-game show coming up right after the match as our corner crew breaks down all of tonight's highlights and statistics. For Chris McLaughlin, I'm Kanoa Leahy. Until next time, everybody, we bid you aloha from the Stan Sheriff Center.
Welcome back to the post-game show on Spectrum Sports.
And we're back in the corner here at the Stan Sheriff Center. Still plenty of people moseying around. They don't want to leave after Hawaii's 3-0 win over USC. In part to this man right here, Stein Von Tilburg, a match high 14 kills, hit a robust 684, and on your sister's birthday, I believe it is tonight.
Yeah, my sister's birthday.
Yeah, you played very well. Was that kind of like a birthday present to your sister?
I hope so. I hope she's watching. I think she's still sleeping, but...
Now, you made the transition from opposite to left. Now, you played left a lot in your volleyball career, but at Hawaii, it only been an opposite. I know at first you were kind of apprehensive, but, I mean, the numbers you put up tonight, they were kind of like when you played opposite.
It was great. I mean, Joe everybody giving me a lot of confidence, especially that big play I like a lot, like the back row attack. But everybody just giving me confidence, the coaches, everybody.
Here you are, your junior year. And the first couple years you played on the right, now you've transitioned to the left side. Talk about the atmosphere in the gym with this team. It's very different than last year's team.
Yeah, it's super competitive still. I mean, we all have one goal. We're trying to get as much as professional as possible, so everybody's dialed in to one objective, and everybody's just bought in. This is great.
You know, not a lot of seniors on this year's squad. There's still a lot of youth on this team, so there's a lot to look forward to. Is it difficult, do you think, to sort of just focus on this season without maybe thinking ahead? Because, you know, the fact that you still have, your career is not over yet, obviously, but you want to stay focused on this season. How do you stay motivated with the personnel right now?
I mean, everybody just bought in. Like, we don't have time to waste. This is our year. We're not waiting for any other moment. The coach always mentioned, treat every year like it's your senior year. So it's great.
You know, you and I were looking over the numbers during the break, and the one thing you said right away was, I only had one dig. I mean, that's another aspect that's kind of new to you, because before as an opposite, you just worried about pounding the ball. Now you've got to pass and receive and things like that. How do you feel comfort-wise right now with that?
It's a big switch. Like, that's the biggest switch in my head, because I'm thinking about so many things. And when I kind of played oppo like a couple plays, I was like, oh, this is easy, just jump and hit. That's like, but yeah, my digging in 6 was not as great. I'm trying to like gamble, and then every time the ball goes at a different spot. But I have a lot of stuff to work on still.
Season's changing. You guys are Big West, not Mountain Pacific Sports. In our pregame, we had some questions for you about opponents and who you were playing. Oh, yeah. And you really didn't fare too well on that. Do you ever look across and decide who the opponent is, or does it matter to you?
Obviously, it does matter. We always take a look at who we're playing, but pure for mentality, I'm just going into the game, and it doesn't matter what position I play, or it doesn't matter what team we play. I'm always just trying to be the best player on the court and be the best player in the gym. That's something Josh and Milan especially taught me. Just like, no matter where you are, just be the best player in the gym.
Now you guys are going to be hitting the road up next, heading over to Nashville. Have you been to Nashville?
No, I've never.
Okay, so first time. Talk about the mentality going into this new tournament, a new venue, somewhere you guys have never been as a team, and this first road trip right off the bat. What is sort of the mentality going into this road trip?
I mean, obviously it's fun to go to Tennessee, but we got to deal with the games. It's like business. I think Grand Canyon has a really good team. They're ranked, and they have a lot of good international players. And playing on the road, neutral court is always tough. So the leaders, the people that travel the most, got to step up and perform.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun because the tournament is actually called Grow the Game. It came from Off the Blocks volleyball website, and I think it's terrific seeing the way this sport is growing, and you guys will be the highest ranked team there, but I think there are, 12 or 15 teams that are participating in
There's
this
a lot, but we only play 3.
Yeah, so you'll play 3, and the first 2 teams, I don't know, I've never heard of them either, to be honest with you, but I do know Grand Canyon, and that'll be the last one. Well, congratulations. Great night tonight. You guys will have fun in Tennessee, and then you come back home for the annual banquet on January 21st here at the Stan Sheriff Center. Way to fundraise and help support the University of Hawaii men's volleyball program. For more information, just go to hawaiiathletics.com. If you come out here and support them, you'll get a chance to meet some fine young men like Stein von Tilburg. And one last thing. Today is your sister's birthday, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Ryan Suji's birthday.
No way.
So we want to wish Ryan a happy birthday.
Thank you, Scott.
He actually has the day off tomorrow. I asked him, it's the first time since I've known him that he has a day off. But happy
Sleep
birthday.
in.
Yeah,
Thank
there you go. And for us, that wraps things up after a very successful weekend of men's volleyball. Special thanks to our entire outstanding, award-winning Spectrum Sports crew. For Stein, for the birthday boy Ryan, for Lisa, I'm Scott. Until next time, we bid you aloha and a good evening from the Stan Sheriff Center in Manoa.